Hey everyone, Ipsy here. Today I'm going to show you how to do a circle. Now, with this method, you can pretty much make any size circle that you want. It can be small, it can be big, just anything. There are two different kinds of starts. So we could start with the 6 single crochets, or we could start with 4. I'm going to show you the 6, and then I'll at least start the 4 to show you. So if you want to follow along today, you will need some yarn. This is just a weight 4 worsted weight, medium weight yarn. You'll need a hook. I suggest that you use an H or an I, especially if you're just getting started with crochet. It's a little bit easier to get things correct. You'll need some scissors. And you'll probably need a needle if you're planning on keeping your project. All right, so there are two ways that you could start this. You can either start it with a magic circle, or you can start it with 2 chains. I always start my stuff with 2 chains like this because I really am not a fan of the magic circle. If you find the magic circle better for you, go ahead and start like that. But I'm going to start with my slip knot, and then I do 2 chains, and then I will go into that first chain. Okay, so I was going to start with the 6 single crochets. So in that circle, or in that chain, that first chain there, so you skip the second one, go to the first one, and then you do 6 single crochets in that circle. Now you can do this with any other stitch. It'll just make your circle a little looser and bigger, honestly, because all the stitches are different sizes or lengths. Okay, so I usually do 3, and then there's that knot there, and then I just jump to the other side of the knot to do the other 3. I just feel like it gets a better circle. Okay, and then you're going to, if you're using my method, you're just going to take that middle string and pull it tight. So that is a really tiny circle. Like you can see, it's the size of my fingertip essentially. So if you need really tiny circles, that's the way to do them. If you want to keep going though, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's my 6th one. I'm going to go into that one. And I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So this is called an increase. And by the end of this round, if you started with 6, you will have 12. Okay, so there is 12 on that second round. As you can see, it's a bit bigger of a circle. Again, if that's the size that you need for something, then that's where you stop. The next part, though, is where you can really start to figure out how to get it bigger. And you'll just keep using this technique and this, I guess it's kind of a formula in a way, to be able to get it bigger. So on this next round, so you have 12, you're going to want to go, well, you're going to want to increase 6 stitches. So you're going to want 18 stitches. And that's how it's going to be the rest of the time. And you can use this for any size circle. So if you started with 5 single crochets, then you're going to want to increase by 5s every single round. Okay, so to increase by 6, you're going to single crochet in the first one, and then you're going to do an increase in the second one. And you're just going to keep going around like that. So 1, and then increase. Now, you can either put a stitch marker in that first spot, or I always know, so I know that this round is going to end in 18. Okay, so I have 6. I just need to keep counting till I get to 18. Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9, all right, and that is 18. Okay, and then to keep going, the next round I would single crochet 2, so in this stitch and this stitch, so single crochet in 2 and then increase in the next one, so your end of your round will be 24. The next one you'll single crochet 1, 2, 3, increase in the 4th stitch, so you will have 5 stitches before or as your repeating pattern, and you're just going to keep going up like that. So eventually you could probably get, like, if you wanted a really, really big circle or like a really big blanket or something, you would be going like 20 to 30 and then increasing. Because reminder, we're increasing by 6 every round. So that's not a lot once you get really big, right? If I wanted to make this a little bowl, so right now I've got 18. If I wanted to make, like, flat sides on the sides, like a bowl or something like a container, then I would just keep going 18 around and around. It's just a little bit of a bonus. So if you're starting with 4, your first increase round will be to 8. Your second increase, again, you're going to do the same thing we just did. So 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and then another single crochet and another increase, which will take you to 12. And like I said too, you can do this with any number of stitches at the beginning. If you wanted to do 10 at the beginning, I think I've done 12 in a stitch like that before, in a circle. Anything really bigger than 10 though kind of can ripple a little bit, so just be aware of that as you're making a circle too. You obviously don't want too few stitches. 4 is kind of the limit on the bottom half of it. If you wanted to do 2 or 3, that might not be that easy to do, just because you don't have enough stitches. And then same thing on the upper side of it too. If you are making something out of this, all you're going to do to finish it off is you're going to slip stitch in that first stitch. I always do a chain just so it stays better. You're going to cut it, pull that out, and then take your needle and you're just going to thread that through a few stitches. It doesn't really matter how many, just so that it's secure, and then obviously snip off your end. All right, if you guys liked today's video and learned something, please like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. If you have questions, please comment down below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. I hope to see you all soon. Bye.